1%, 37. Illumination central angle 6 degrees off axis on 2 reticle on axis field size 0.25 and 0.33 Na, 26 mm 33 mm high Na, 26 mm 16.5 mm, 38. 26 mm 33 mm magnification 0.25 and 0.33 Na, 4 isomorphic high Na, 4/8 anamorphic 4 ambient vacuum hydrogen air, exposed wafer area underwater, aberration control, including thermal, none yes, for example, flex wave, 39. Illumination slit arc shaped, 40, rectangular, 41. Reticle pattern on reflective multilayer pattern on transmissive E-substrate wafer pattern shift with reticle vertical position yes, due to reflection, (1:40, 42, no pellicle available, but has issues wafers per day, depends on tool and dose, 150060000 tools in field and GT90, all 0.33 Na tool models, and GT400. The different degrees of resolution among the 0.33 Na tools are due to the different illumination options. Despite the potential of the optics to reach sub-20 nm resolution, secondary electrons in resist practically limit the resolution to around 20 nm, more on this below. 43. Light source power, throughput, and uptime. EUV throughput as a function of dose. The throughput of an EUV tool is actually a function of exposure dose. For a fixed source power. Neutral atoms or condensed matter cannot emit EUV radiation. Ionization must precede EUV emission in matter. The thermal production of multicharged positive ions is only possible in a hot dense plasma, which itself strongly absorbs EUV. 44, as of 2016. The established EUV light source is a laser pulsed tin plasma. 45. The ions absorb the EUV light they emit.
Yes, sorry for all the noise, but I did finish eating my pork chips, and now I'm thirsty. I need some popcorn. Sorry for the noise. Some very hard pork chips. I made 80 videos in my language Danish about the cars, MPV cars, 7 seat diesel, diesel, I don't know how to say in English. Got some popcorn, and my nose is dripping. So I read about this EUV long time ago, but I not remember that. That's very complicated. But I like to read again. I like to read more about computer processors, integrated circuits, how to make it, and electronics. Eat some more popcorn. No, I'm maybe going to sit home alone in my apartment rest of my life. So I like to read, I like to learning something new. I've been sitting alone in my apartment 20 years. I have an old high school degree, and I was a study librarian. I study education, so I'm used to reading. I like to reading and study. There's a lot of good information on Wikipedia, so that's really perfect. There's so much information on Wikipedia. Like if you like to read about a country like Switzerland or Spain, or capital like Copenhagen or Jerusalem, you want to read about Israel and Jerusalem. This I just record for fun because I think nobody is watching this. Nobody will ever watch this. But it's Saturday evening. It's end of a long weekend. It's not Saturday, it's Sunday. Sunday evening. It's 20 minutes past. But this popcorn not make so much noise. I just try to have a good time home alone.
And are easily neutralized by electrons in the plasma to lower charge states, which produce light mainly at other, unusable wavelengths, which results in a much reduced efficiency of light generation for lithography at higher plasma power density. The throughput is tied to the source power, divided by the dose. 46. A higher dose requires a slower stage motion, lower throughput. If pulse power cannot be increased, EUV collector reflectivity degrades 0.10.3% per billion 50 kHz pulses, 10% in 2 weeks, leading to loss of uptime and throughput, while even for the first few billion pulses, within 1 day, there is still 20%, plus /10%, fluctuation. 47. This could be due to the accumulating SN residue mentioned above, which is not completely cleaned off. 48. 49. On the other hand, conventional immersion lithography tools for double patterning provide consistent output for up to a year. 50. Recently, the NXE 3400B illuminator features a smaller pupil fill ratio, PFR, down to 20% without transmission loss. 51. PFR is maximized and greater than 0.2 around a metal pitch of 45 nm. 52. Due to the use of EUV mirrors which also absorb EUV light, only a small fraction of the source light is finally available at the wafer. There are 4 mirrors used for the illumination optics, and 6 mirrors for the projection optics. The EUV mask or reticle is itself an additional mirror. With 11 reflections, only 2% of the EUV source light is available at the wafer. 53. Tool uptime. The EUV light source limits tool uptime besides throughput. In a 2-week period, for example, over 7 hours downtime may be scheduled, while total actual downtime including unscheduled issues could easily exceed a day. 53. A dose error over 2% warrants tool downtime. 53. The wafer exposure throughput steadily expanded up to around 1,000 wafers forward/day per system, over the 2019 to 2022 period. 54. 55. Indicating substantial idle time, while at the same time running an GT120 on a number of multi-patterned EUV layers, for an EUV wafer an average. Comparison to other lithography light sources. EUV 10121 nm is the band longer than X-rays, 0.110 nm, and shorter than the hydrogen Lyman alpha line. While state-of-the-art 193 nm RF excimer lasers offer intensities of 200 W/cm2. 56. Lasers for producing EUV generating plasmas need to be much more intense, on the order of 1011 W/cm 2.57. A state-of-the-art RF immersion lithography 120 W light source requires no more than 40 kW, 58, while EUV sources are targeted to exceed 40 kW. 59. The power target for EUV lithography is at least 250 W. While for other conventional lithography sources, it is much less. 53. For example, immersion lithography light sources target 90 W, dry RF sources 45 W, and KRF sources 40 watts. Higher EUV sources are re-epected to require at least 500 W. 53. EUV specific optical issues. Reflective optics. EUV HV difference of focus. Horizontal, H, and vertical, V, mask, reticle. Pattern features are focused differently in EUV optical systems. The numerical aperture, NA, also makes a difference. A fundamental aspect of EUVL tools, resulting from the use of reflective optics, is the off-axis illumination, at an angle of 6 degrees, in different direction at different positions within the illumination slit, 60, on a multilayer mask, reticle. This leads to shadowing effects resulting in asymmetry in the diffraction pattern that degrade pattern fidelity in various ways as described below. 61, 62. For example, one side, behind the shadow, would appear brighter than the other, within the shadow. 63. The behavior of light rays within the plane of reflection, affecting horizontal lines, is different from behavior of light rays out of the plane of reflection, affecting vertical lines. 64. Most conspicuously, identically sized horizontal and vertical lines on the EUV mask are printed at different sizes on the wafer. 2 bar CD difference versus focus. The difference between the widths of two adjacent horizontal lines varies as a function of focus. The combination of the off-axis asymmetry and the mask shadowing effect leads to a fundamental inability of two identical features even in close proximity to be in focus simultaneously. 65. One of EUVL's key issues is the symmetry between the top and bottom line of a pair of horizontal lines, the so-called two-bar. Some ways to partly compensate are the use of fascist features as well as asymmetric illumination. 66. An extension of the two-bar case to a grating consisting of many horizontal lines show similar sensitivity to defocus. 67. It is manifest in the critical dimension, CD, difference between the top and bottom edge lines of the set of 11 horizontal lines. Polarization by reflection also leads to partial polarization of EUV light, which favors imaging of lines perpendicular to the plane of the reflections. 68, 69. Pattern shift from defocus, non-telecentricity. Due to different phase shifts from reflection from the UV mask, different illumination angles result in different shifts. This results in reduced image contrast, also known as fading. The EUV mask absorber, due to partial transmission, generates a phase difference between the 0th and first diffraction orders of a line space pattern, resulting in image shifts at a given illumination angle, as well as changes in peak intensity, leading to linear white changes, 70, 71, which are further enhanced due to defocus. 72, 73. Ultimately, this results in different positions of best focus for different pitches and different illumination angles. Generally, the image shift is balanced out due to illumination source points being paired, each on opposite sides of the optical axis. However, the separate images are superposed and the resulting image contrast is degraded when the individual source image shifts are large enough. The phase difference ultimately also determines the best focus position. The multilayer is also responsible for image shifting
Yes, sir. Like I said, I just try to have a good evening home alone in my apartment. I need more popcorn. Yes, I like to read it again. I don't understand all this, but I like to read it. I need more popcorn. I have popcorn all over my bed. We have to clean up a bit. I have popcorn all over, but I have I can clean, but I like to clean a little bit. Yes. Yes. So, yes, but let me get out to my kitchen. I need more to drink. Yes, sorry, I just tried to have a good Sunday evening. Nobody's watching this. I need more cola. I need to go to bathroom. I need to clean this. I had to clean my nose because my nose is dripping always. I'm always sneezing and my nose is always dripping. And I'm always thirsty. We have to clean this because they pick up some popcorn on the floor. I need to go to the restroom because I drink so much water and cola every day. The last few years I've been thirsty every day. Yes, I'm just trying to have a good evening. Yes, I need to go to a restroom. I cannot record that, of course. I need to wash my fingers, just. But I will wash my hands after I use that restroom. I'll be back 1 minute. Yes, just. One minute.